So it doesn't matter whether you've been in business for a long time and you have an established business, or you are just starting out and you're just trying to figure this thing out. It is of the most importance to have God first at the helm, right? To have him first and foremost in your business and of course in your life in general. But what does that really mean? I know we hear that a whole lot, especially at church or in certain circles. We hear that mantra all the time. What does that really mean? What does it really look like? And what happens if you kind of don't do that? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leslie. If you are new here, on this corner of the internet, we talk about things faith, business, entrepreneurship, business, and lifestyle. And we do it from an over 40 perspective. So welcome if this is your first time. But if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for rocking with me. If this is your year, if 2025 and beyond, whenever you may happen to be watching this video, is your time to actually put God first in your life and your business, and you are going to now see success as a result, go ahead and drop me a comment below. Tell me, this is my year for success. I am putting God first. It's of the utmost importance to put God first in your life and your business. And this is something that in my, I was about to say advanced age. Look, at my age, I know that this is of the most importance, because we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to go around the mulberry bush over and over again in life and in things. We're going to do things God's way and in God's timing, because that's probably the way I should have done it in the first place. If I had done it that way in the first place, it would have saved me a whole bunch of heartache. I sincerely believe that we as human beings, when we kind of follow our own desires and our own heart, it may seem the right thing to do at the time. But above all, our hearts can deceive us, right? We can think we know what is the best thing for ourselves. We can think we know what is the best thing, and we may not necessarily be wrong. So it doesn't mean that you don't have your own sense of wisdom and understanding, but you don't have the full 365 degrees that God has. God knows the end from the beginning. He knows how your business is going to go. He knows how your life is going to go. If he knows it because he created it and he planned it all, why not go to him for all of the answers? And I'm not just saying some of the answers. I'm not just saying the answers when you get stuck. I'm talking about the answers from beginning to end. Go to him, lay it at his feet, have him lead you, because leading yourself can end you in a ditch. You can dig yourself into a ditch. You don't want to do that. So that means first and foremost, seeking God for his plan and for his answers in terms of your business, in terms of the direction that he wants you to take it and how he wants you to move, right? I bet you there's been something in your heart that's been stirring you for the longest time. Maybe you've been carrying it for years, decades, and you have not yet walked it out. It's tied to your talents. It's tied to your strengths. It's tied to your interests. And it's something that God is calling you out of the boat onto the water to do, and it scares you and you don't know how to start and you're really overwhelmed. Or you may have already started and you're looking for more direction. Seek the Lord. Seek him in prayer. Seek him to gain understanding and wisdom and to hear his voice. Everybody hears from God differently. And I've come to know that and understand that. God speaks to everybody differently, and most likely it's not going to be audible. I'm assuming that if you're here, you have had a relationship with God for some time, and so you know how he may speak to you. But maybe you are just kind of starting out in this new relationship with God, or you don't yet have a relationship with God, and I encourage you to seek that. He is your creator. He is your Lord. He loves you, and he longs to have a relationship with you. And in that relationship, he can lead and guide you in so many different ways that man can't and you can't. And this is not listening to higher self or to spirit. I'm talking about listening to the Holy Spirit, the creator, the God, the one and only, okay? This God came to earth as a human in the form of Jesus of Nazareth, okay? So just in case we're all clear about which God I'm talking about, okay? So I just mentioned that he speaks to all of us differently. I honed in on the fact that a random thought that can pop into my head, let me take that thought and let me judge it. Is that thought from me? Is that thought from the enemy? Or is that thought from God? I could be like asking a God a question, and maybe right at that moment, or maybe a little while later, a thought will pop into my head. And it's just something that I wasn't even thinking about that subject anymore. It just randomly was this answer. And it could be just a word. It's not that it's just some random thought, and it's not a negative thought. It's a positive thought. And it's a thought that answered my question and got me really, really the juices flowing on whatever it was that I asked of him. And I'll give you an example. I watched a video about having a word or some kind of theme for the new year. And I said, Lord, what is my word? What is my thought? And her word was higher, right? So the word higher came back in my mind. And I was thinking, no, that's her word. I don't want to copy her word. I don't think higher was what you meant for me. So I'm going to step back and I'm going to think about this some more. And the word elevate came to my mind. Elevation. And I said, that's it. Because by accident, the video that I did a week or so ago at the beginning of the year when I'm rebranding my channel was It's Elevation Season was the thumbnail that I had. I'll link this right here. You can watch that video. It's Elevation Season was what it said on my thumbnail. Okay. And I was talking about rebranding my purpose and my plan and my YouTube channel. Elevation season. Of course it's elevation season. Of course the word for 2025 for me is elevate and elevation, which also means to go higher. So God actually was answering me in both times. He was just giving me steps to show that it really was him and not me, and how all the pieces of the puzzle come together. I love when God gives you those little winks to show you that it's really him. Now, I could easily, and probably in the past, I have taken that and said, man, I'm so smart. That just came to me out of nowhere. Wow, I figured out the answer. No, that wasn't me. Even though it was in my head and in my brain, and it sounded like my voice because it was in my head, that was the Holy Spirit speaking to me. Now, I invite you maybe to look and take inventory in your life and see if that's also the way that God speaks to you. But that is kind of, now I realize, a way that God speaks to me. And it's so easy to hijack that and say, nope, I did that. I answered that. And it's not. Give God the glory where glory is due, okay? So however God is speaking to you, whatever he is speaking to you, make sure that you seek him in prayer, in Bible study, that you listen to his voice when he responds, because he will respond and he will guide you in that way. So number one is seeking God, right? Now, number two, as you're seeking God and as he's answering you, and even if you're feeling frustrated that you're not getting an answer, he is guiding you, I promise. Someone somewhere will randomly say something to you and you'll be like, wait a minute, that's the answer to my problem. That's the answer to my question. Just wait for it. But as you are seeking him, you are going to gain wisdom. He is going to fill you with wisdom if you ask. If you are stuck on the direction of your business, if you're stuck what you're going to do, if you're stuck how it's going to succeed, expand, he is going to give you wisdom, because above all, you need to seek him for that wisdom. Proverbs 4, verses 7 and 8. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. So as you're getting wisdom, He's also going to give you understanding. He's promised it for you. And that's only going to come from putting him first. Putting him first by prayer and seeking him, okay? Because seeking him for the answers for your business, not just seeking him normally in your life. That's good. We are going to seek him every single day, just in normal prayer and Bible study. I'm talking about specifically praying for your business, writing things down, write down the vision, making it plain, putting down prayer points for your business that you want to have come true, right? You want these things, putting out the faith for these things, lofty goals that are this high, you can't even see, right? Lofty goals. How am I ever going to reach this? God has a plan. Seeking him for that plan and gaining wisdom and understanding on his steps for that plan. And as you're getting the wisdom, he will give you the understanding too. I'm not going to say that I didn't seek God all along, because in my rebranding of my YouTube channel, I have mentioned in the previous videos about how, specifically for this channel, so I've had this YouTube channel for quite some time. If you go to my channel, you will see a whole lot of different videos on different topics throughout the years. God has always called me to a specific thing, to speak to Christian entrepreneurs about business. I've known that to be the community that I wanted to foster for a long time. Now I got discouraged, or I just didn't know how to proceed. If a video took off, I went in that direction, and it wasn't necessarily the direction that God said. It could have been skincare. I had a particular video that blew up about skincare. It could have been shopping, Stitch Fix, all of this other stuff. And I went into the direction of where the views were, not in the direction of what God has called me to. If I had done that from the very beginning, maybe at this point I would be in a very different place. But now we are getting the memo, and we are actually settling into what God has planned all along. And we are doing the thing God's way. And that's okay, because I was supposed to happen at this particular time. And you also are supposed to happen at this particular time, because if you are watching this video and this video found you, I truly believe this is your time. You're going to put God first. You're not going to go around the mulberry bush like I did. Okay, we're going to learn from my mistakes. We're going to put God first from the very beginning. Or if you haven't been, you are going to course correct. This video is your course correction. Hosea 10:12 says, "Sow for yourselves righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord till he comes and rains righteousness on you." So that means breaking up your fallow ground, the fallow ground of your heart. I was hard-hearted towards God as I was fumbling and trying to figure things out. And also that might, be a testament to why I'm divorced right now too, the hard-heartedness. Okay, so this last decade or so of not having God first and not breaking up the fallow ground of my heart put me in a place of going around in circles. So I challenge you to break up the fallow ground of your heart and to announce to yourself, it is time to seek the Lord. It is time to seek for his righteousness. It will rain upon me in this hour and at this time. I will not miss it, okay? And as I am seeking his righteousness, seeking right relationship with him, because that is the definition of righteousness, right relationship with God. As I am doing this and I'm sowing in righteousness, I will reap in mercy. God is going to give me success, and he's going to rain righteousness on me. Rain righteousness and mercy. Don't we want that? Okay, we want that in our lives and in our business, right? Yes, we do. We're going to take away selfishness. We're going to take away self-centeredness. We're going to put God first. And I know once you do, I know once you listen to that still small voice, I know once you break up the hardness in your heart, and you know what, you're like, my heart's not hard. Break it up anyway. It doesn't matter. Like we can still break ourselves and be more and more humble before the Lord and really listen to what He has. It doesn't matter. Consecrate yourself in this time to the Lord, and I know you're going to get blessed, and your business is going to get blessed, and I'm going to watch you get blessed, and I'm going to be rooting for you every step of the way. So I hope that this blessed you at least a little bit and helped you to see the best ways to put God first and the importance of putting God first in your business and in your life. If you have not yet done so, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more videos about faith, about business and entrepreneurship, and about lifestyle too. From the Over 40 perspective, we are going to rock it in 2025. Take care. I love you, and bye-bye.